We live. We post on Discord and shit. And
Hello, Watkins.
hello.
I got a tooth pulled over the weekend, so it might sound a little funny.
Fun
Yeah.
at everyone. TJ and I are live making the weekly pick'ems and bullshitting. Swing by and say hi.
Bullshit.
I have not gotten Bolt's picks yet.
Okay. We're
He
about to
may
get
have
mine.
forgotten about them, but I'll input Bolt's picks as soon as I do get them and post them then. So they might not be posted directly after this like they normally are. I might have to wait until tomorrow so I can get Bolt's picks.
Okay.
But I got mine and all the leagues inputted. So
Okay.
ready for week
Well,
6?
yeah. No, I don't. I don't feel confident in any of my leagues or any
Yeah,
of the 32
actually,
leagues.
I was gonna say the one league you're like a top 2 team in. I think this might be the week where you finally lose.
Yeah, I'm having a little wide receiver issues right now. I need I need Thielen back pretty bad. So
That's not a wide receiver that you should be hanging hope on.
I don't need a lot of points. I just need like 8
Yeah.
from him, and he's good for three catches, 50 yards. Yeah. Let's see here. I've got uh Flournoy and Pascal, who combined are projected not even 2 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got some people on bye, but A.T. Perry got released, but it looks like he got picked up by Denver. Um, yeah, it's pretty bad when your best wide receiver is Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad when your best offensive player is probably Brock Bowers. counting
Probably it is.
counting quarterbacks, I don't even know which one's gonna start.
You got plenty of assets. Go out there and get you a wide receiver 1.
Mm, I've thought about it. I've thought about looking in and seeing who's got. I actually saw you had Xavier Hutchinson, and I thought about looking into seeing what you were gonna would take for him.
Fucking
Since
everybody's for sale. I don't.
since what's his name's on the IR right now, that's at least 4 weeks. That well, like maybe 3.
Nico Collins, yeah. Yeah.
No, it's got to be 4 weeks because he wasn't. He played last week, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Come get him. He won't be that expensive. It's fucking Xavier Hutchinson. It's not like he's a fucking
I know,
stud.
I know. Um, start off with some announcements. I saw you. Well, I think we all saw that you did some new leagues.
Yeah. The Salary Simulation League, Vampire League, both got their custom avatars done and posted, and then the one for Chaos, which won't even be until the 2026 season. I'm not gonna leak shit about that. You get the teaser GIF and the teaser logo, and that's it.
Um,
But Salary Simulation is gonna be fun. It's gonna let me mix my love of role play with my love of fantasy.
that's right, boys and girls. He is going to dress up like a sexy nurse while playing,
That's the
fantasy
plan.
football.
No, I mean we got the custom salary cap system you created, and then me and Ulmer helped you refine, and now I'm running wild with it to try and do a league where there's fucking sky's the limit.
I'm a little mixed on if I should join it or not because I feel like no matter what, there's going to be some sort of bias. Like I know it's a for funds league, but I feel like there's going to be some bias with us being friends forever. It's
Uh,
probably going to be more you being an asshole to me than anything. But
I like to consider myself able to be truly impartial in situations like that.
we'll
I
see.
honestly, I'm not gonna even really like pay attention to the people, like the teams themselves that I'm negotiating with. It's, you know, I'm gonna do my best to
I'm a
try
player.
to get into the
I'm a
mind of
player.
a player and like what contract they would want. Like someone like Amon Ra, for example, is more likely just going to want a lengthy contract. Amon Ra is going to want to be signed somewhere for like 5 years for a fuck ton of money. And whoever will offer him the best bang for the buck on a per year average for a certain length of years is going to get him.
I do like the fact that it can add that to it, that you can just say X years for X money instead of you know static
Yeah.
increases in the other
Yeah. And
leagues.
if
So
you want, you could even front load the contract. You'd be like, hey, Amon Ra, 3 years, fucking $200 contract. I'll give you 150 in year one. You know, even call some of it a signing bonus, and then you get 25 a year for the last 2 years.
yeah, I think that will add a lot of uniqueness and variety. So I'm excited to see how it goes. Still a little skeptical if I will join that one, but Vampire, I do want to do Vampire. That one sounds fun.
Vampire, classic Vampire League, just for funsies. I probably won't even. I guess the kind of whole point of Vampire is do a pot, but it'll be small pot. We might just do like $5 an owner.
Explain to people who don't know what Vampire is, because I didn't know until you guys
There are
started talking
a
about it.
couple different ways to run it. For the most part, Vampire is a redraft league. You randomize the draft order. Whoever gets last draft pick is the Vampire for the season. They do not get to draft. Everybody else drafts. You just slot in nobodies during the draft for the Vampire. Then at the end of the draft, rosters are locked. Nobody can add free agents or make trades. Whatever you drafted is what you roll through the season with. The Vampire creates their team out of the remaining free agent pool. Then the season starts. The Vampire gets to choose who they face on a weekly basis. They have to play all teams once. They cannot play the same team back to back. If they win, they get to steal a player from your roster. I might be missing a couple things, but that's the gist of it. And if the vampire wins, they win the pot. If the vampire doesn't win, the rest of the people split the pot. Something like that.
It's kind of weird that everybody
I
would
might have missed a couple things.
split the pot. Because I mean, at that point, they're only
Yeah,
making like
yeah, you're
an
right.
extra
I don't
$5.
know.
So, um, I would say maybe it would probably be if the vampire wins the league, he gets everything. If not, like the top 3 or something like that. Kind of like a regular payout, like 60, 30, 10.
Yeah, something like that. I've
That
never
would be
personally
awesome.
ran one before. I played in one for a single season, like towards the beginning of when I was playing fantasy. So it's been a couple of years, and I've never personally ran one. So this will be a first for me too. But yeah, it seems fun. It's just going to be a for fun league. People have been asking for it, so we'll get one going.
Well, you want to start on Deputy League my picks?
We got Champions League coming next year too. Don't forget. That's going to be the big one.
Oh, yeah.
3 new leagues coming next year: Salary Simulation, Vampire, and Champions.
Well, you didn't mention it, so I thought maybe we were just going to
Well,
skip it.
it wasn't like an announced one. It's been announced. It's had its custom
Yeah.
logo since the very first batch of logos because I've had this league ready to go since we started. Essentially, it's been an idea. But yeah, qualify for Champions League. It's a yearly redraft league also, but it's going to be for a lot more money. I haven't decided the buy-in yet. It's going to be at least 20. I haven't decided if we want to go higher than that, but to
Winner
qualify
take
for
all.
it, yeah, it's winner. Well, it's winner take most. It's winner takes 90%, or the runner-up gets their buy-in back plus like a little bit, not much, maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe they double their buy-in, and then the winner gets the rest.
Okay.
So yeah, the winner gets like 90% of the pot, and the runner-up gets 10%.
Hmm.
To qualify for it, you have to finish top 4 in another WFF league, and that qualification is only rolling for like 3 seasons, I think. And if you win a 32-team league, you're qualified for life. And we'll just roll with how many of our owners sign up for it every year. Could be fucking 8 people one year and 15 the next. No idea.
Miranda's cracking up over there watching TV. Yeah. Okay. So now, do you want to do that PD League?
I guess let's roll.
Are you sharing my screen?
Um,
Or are
hold
you
on.
watching my
Not yet. I'm checking Discord.
screen?
I was responding to Sopper in the inner circle.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at your screen. Let me pull up my picks page and go to deputy. Whenever you're ready, we can talk deputy league.
All right. Well, we always start with me. So me versus Houston, and I guess I'm gonna pick Houston. I don't like it, but I'm gonna
You're
pick
not
Houston.
even gonna pick yourself to win.
I can't. I have too many people that are hurt on buys. I don't think
Yeah.
I can on this one.
Well, I'd like you to know that this is week 6 game of the week for deputy.
Mm.
2 5-0 teams. I know you're dealing with some injuries and some buys, but when I checked earlier, when I wrote all this out and made my picks earlier, it was a perfect 50-50 split on who sleeper projected to win. If you want to look now, I'd be curious to see what it is.
Oh, right now it's horrible. 145, 189.
Ooh, okay, definitely not a 50-50 split anymore.
I mean, look at this. Crosby questionable. Wilkins IR. I don't even have anybody to replace him.
Jeez.
Eichenberg questionable. Love questionable. Josie Jewell questionable. Herbig out. Masterson IR. Thielen IR. Singleton IR. Epps IR. Coons IR. Those are some big names on IR.
Yeah. I didn't really have another good game of the week contender, and 2 5-0 teams. I think you guys were number 2 and number 4 teams in the league, I think. So it's a game of the week. It's gonna knock one of you down.
Yeah, I mean, and you never know. Maybe the Raiders actually run the ball and do really good, or Aiden O'Connell becomes mustache Jesus and actually throws the ball to Brock Bowers for 3 touchdowns. You never know.
Well, I also went with Houston.
Oh, well.
I think this is the week that you get dethroned.
That's all
The
right.
Deputy League went with you. But as you're
think
going to come to learn, I'm pretty sure the Deputy League picks are a little wonky and people didn't really pay attention. 3 people submitted picks this week for Deputy. And I'm pretty sure one of them memed it.
Okay.
And apparently that was it. Somebody memed it, and somebody just didn't pay attention to the actual matchups, just to the teams playing. Because there are 2 picks, I think, during this for Deputy League where the team they chose to win are on buys.
Oh boy. Okay.
And considering like nobody's made any meaningful trades in this league, if your team's on buy, it's an automatic L because you've got nobody to play.
I'm gonna pick the Wookiees over the Buffalo Wings.
Yep. So did I, and so did Deputy.
This is probably going to be the actual closest game. But
Yeah.
I think the Flippin' Birds are going to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, and see, this is this isn't one, but so like I said, 3 people put in for Deputy, and one of those 3 people voted for the Dolphins. And like clearly you're trolling at that point.
I'm pretty sure it's got to be McKaylee.
That was my thought, but I don't want to assume that.
I'll assume the fuck out of it. McKaylee. The Hookers versus the Fries. I guess I'll go Hookers.
Yeah, same. It seemed like El Cacho and Kimchi there weren't planning on being like a winning team this year. I think that they were trying to do like almost like a quick rebuild where they would keep some good young pieces, but trade like the super old ones away and stack just a couple extra picks and kind of go like the New York Giants route from Prime, where they don't make any like huge splashy moves, but they just get better slowly over the course of like 2 years. And turns out if you just make even a couple small trades that improve your team, it's enough to like make you a top fucking 8 team because nobody's trading in this league.
Indigo over the Patriots.
That is what the champions. Yep, that's unanimous so far.
Jolteons over the Charmanders. Literally projected to score 0.
Right. So I went with the Jolteons, obviously, but Deputy went with the Charmanders.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. This is my first. Gotta look. So it's San Diego versus Sutopolis.
This one was almost mine. This was my second pick for game of the week.
I'm going to go with Sutopolis.
I also did, but the Deputy went with the Chargers.
Okay. Colorado versus Team 9. I'm probably going to go with Colorado on this. I assume you just took over Team 9 until.
Yeah, likely we'll have a new owner in there today or tomorrow. It's either going to be Leon or Stopper. Leon's got first choice if he wants it, it's his, and if not, Stopper just said he would take it.
I'll probably just pick Colorado.
I went with the Titans.
Feels wrong picking a team without a name.
I went with the Titans personally, but Deputy League also went with Colorado.
I got the Alduins over the CD's Nuts.
Yeah, I also went with the Alduins. The league went with Nuts. Give me a second.
Where is he going? Where did you go?
Next.
Lions over Islanders.
Yep, that's unanimous so far.
Giants over Bears.
I also went with the Giants, but the league went with the Bears.
Commanders over the Moops.
Yep, that's unanimous. The Moops are on bye.
You're losing, so Rams.
Yeah, but the league went with me. They think I'm gonna win, so.
I mean, it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but it's so very improbable.
99ers over the Saints.
Yep.
Haluchas over the Cardinals. I don't think I'm picking any underdogs here. Yeah, and A's over the Kitties, so it's pretty much just.
Yeah. Let me see. I think we split on the Titans Colorado game, and all of our picks were the same. Besides that. Yep, just one of those weeks in Deputy this week.
All right.
As far as the overall score for Deputy goes, while we're on the topic, you're winning this league. You've called 60 games correct. I and Deputy League themselves are 3 games back from you at 57 correct, and Boltified is 6 games back from you, 3 games back from us with 54 correct. It's just funny that Deputies, I don't know how they compare in the race to see which league wins, but they're tied for second in the Deputy Pick'ems itself, and they're fucking memeing it up with this week's picks.
Until this week, yeah. Prime. All right. I'm going to pick myself. I don't feel confident like I should against the Texans. I did trade a lot of pieces away. I put more up, as you can see over here onto the right. Got Tony Akins and Parham up for sale, guys. If anybody needs a tight end or a wide receiver that may again play someday and have maybe he'll be the next JMO and actually just be God all of a sudden.
I doubt it.
No. He's playing for Cleveland, so he doesn't have a quarterback to throw to him. So, but yeah, I'm picking myself.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Did the Chiefs cut him?
Yeah, he's
The
been on
Browns got him on waivers.
the Browns practice squad for like the entire year.
Oh, I didn't even realize. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I went with the Texans actually.
Okay, that's fair.
Now, I think if the rosters stayed the exact same, I think I'd lean you, but I think that there's a real chance you make trades between now and game day. And so I'm going to lean Texans just to hedge my bet a little bit. But I think it's
Okay,
possible they win regardless.
so yes, I've been selling, but
Right.
my team's not that bad still.
No, it's not. I think it, like I said, if it stays the same, I think it's pretty likely you edge it out, but I'm hedging my bet that you make a couple moves
This
between
is
now and then.
this is another week where I've got, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on bye, Singleton on IR. So it's just more than 7, 8. Yeah, eight of my 15 bench players are on bye. So
Prime League, which was just buff this week, just buff. So Prime League's picks are just buffs picks.
oh, okay.
So you know.
So he picked the Texans.
He went with the Jaguars actually.
All right. Fuck you still, but all right. Yeah, I think you're gonna beat the Packers. I would love to see the Packers beat you though. That would be so funny.
Shut the fuck up. Of course, I and Buff also went with me.
This is interesting. The Vikings are they got
Vikings are on bye this week in real life, so there's a
yeah.
real shot here they lose to the Lions. Which
Yeah,
is real good for me.
I think I'm gonna pick the Lions.
I picked the Vikings still, but Buff also picked the Lions.
Yeah, I got to do my Power 10 as soon as all the updates happen tonight. So I'm kind of curious to see who be number 1. Will it be the Giants? Will it be the Broncos? I already know who it's going to be, but I think the Giants go down this week. Dallas is going to win.
Yeah, I think that this is finally the week where the Giants take their first loss, and then our last undefeated team will be the Broncos, I believe.
Mm-hmm. If they win this week, Redskins over Eagles.
Yep, that one's unanimous so far.
Panthers over Bucks.
Yep, that's obviously unanimous.
Falcons over Saints, so that's cream of the crop against the crap of the crop. Seattle, they have just been getting screwed over. I'm going to pick them to win, though. I mean, they got a pretty good.
We all did. They should have no problem beating the Rams.
The 49ers must be on bye this week.
I don't think so.
No, they're not. He's just got a few people on bye.
Yeah, the lineup might not be set all the way yet.
But I'm still picking the Cardinals.
Yep, so do the rest of us.
The Ravens are going to beat the Steelers. The first place Ravens are going to beat the Steelers.
That division is so ridiculous, man.
This should be game of the week right here. The Bengals and Team Ulmer.
I legitimately almost made that game of the week. If it was like my choice.
I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think Ulmer is going to make trades between now and game day because I know he's on.
I thought about doing that and hedging my bet also, but I went with the Browns and so did Buff.
Okay. Bills over the Patriots. Again, this feels like one of those weeks games that the Patriots are just going to be like out of nowhere score 193 points.
Hey, Drake May is starting this week. Never know.
Oh man, that means I might have a chance in my other league. Yeah.
Me and Buff both went with the Bills also.
Jets over Dolphins.
Yep, that's unanimous.
Ooh, okay. This is game of the week, isn't it?
What?
I don't think no, because Edge would have told me. Or
He announced it, and
did he?
oh no, he just DM'd me. Duh. I didn't see him
Uh,
tag the people in chat this week. I don't. He must have got a hold of everybody separately.
I'm going to.
I don't even know what game you're looking at.
Colts and Titans.
Oh yeah, you'd know if that was game of the week because he would have reached out to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because it's my division, so you'd ask for my opinion. You know what? There's something magical about these Titans. I want to pick the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, they're not terrible, but I went with the Colts and so did Buff.
Chiefs over the Chargers.
Yep, that's obviously unanimous.
Kimchi will be 3-3,
He really needs a win, so that's good for him.
which will make which will make him happy. So
I mean, he's not out of it yet.
Raiders and Broncos. This has got to be the game of the week.
Yeah, it's the last game, and I haven't told you yet. So yes, this is game of the week.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one because the Raiders were 4-0. They just lost, and the Broncos. They're riding.
If the Broncos win, they take a 2-game lead over the Raiders, almost assuring damn near that they win the division.
You know me, I'm an agent of chaos. I want the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Me and Buff went with the Broncos.
There will be no undefeated team at the end of this week.
I mean, you know, you're 14 games back in this league, so fuck it. Speaking of the score, in first place in this league is me with 68 games called correctly. 6 games back from me is Boltified with 62 games called correctly. Was another 4 games back from Bolt, so 10 games back from me is Prime League itself with 58 games called correctly. And then another 4 games back from that, and 14 games out of first place is you in last place with 54 called correctly.
I've got no excuse. Maybe I should just follow the projections more. I don't know.
I mean, you beat me last year in this, so
yeah,
I mean, it was just Prime. I got your number this year in Prime at least, but that's that's not the whole competition. It's all 3 leagues combined, so we can talk about that total score at the end. But
on to United.
Yes, on to United.
I'm going to lose.
This one's hard. I don't. The team names fuck with me. You're Bills Mafia. So you're picking the Rams. Yeah, that's unanimous so far. United also, by the way, just Buff. These are just Buff's picks again.
I guess we're getting a little pick'em fatigue going here.
Oh no, it's like this every week. This is just the first week that I'm deciding to just be upfront about it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've had a single league get more than 3 submissions in a single week so far this year.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason that happens is because Buff picks every week like clockwork for all 3 leagues.
Well, I guess Buff's going to get the the cup at the end of the year more than likely.
Well, the problem with that is there's been weeks where like if nobody picks, I just go with whoever's winning projections, and it turns out that's not a horrible strategy. So there are weeks where the winning league had nobody pick for them, so there's just no names getting put in the hat. But yes, Buff has like his name in the hat like 3 times, and I don't think anybody else has it more than once.
Panthers over the Steelers.
Yep, that is unanimous so far.
Washington over Broncos.
Also unanimous.
The 49ers over the Jets.
Also unanimous.
Browns over Buck Wild.
Also unanimous.
Ravens over Falcons.
You're getting tired of hearing this, but guess what? Also unanimous.
Cowboys over Raiders.
You'll never believe it, but this is also unanimous.
Titans over Packers.
No way, also unanimous.
Cardinals over the Patriots.
Hey, guess what? Still unanimous.
Eagles over Chiefs.
Oh, you'll never guess this considering the Eagles are one of the top teams in the league. Also unanimous.
I bet everybody picked the Bears over the Texans too.
Oh, you'll never guess this. A not terrible team versus one of the worst teams in the league. They sure did. Also unanimous.
Finally, something for me to look at here.
Just one of those weeks in United also where you look at the matchups and you go, oh, all the best teams are playing the worst teams or teams on bye? Oh, wonder who's going to win.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers over the Giants.
Oh, finally a game not unanimous because me and Buff both went with the Giants. And also, that's game of the week.
Seahawks over Dolphins.
I went with the Dolphins actually. Buff went with the Seahawks, but I went with the Dolphins.
Okay.
I don't know why, but
Maybe because it's 4-1.
Yeah, but the team's not like that fancy. Just feeling the Dolphins this week in that one.
I'm feeling you over the Lions.
Yeah, that's unanimous. It's close, and it could go either way. But I felt like that about all my games. My team is actually not good in this league. I don't know how I'm 4-1 and likely to go 5-1 here. I didn't really plan on doing much in this league. I wasn't planning on being
I gotta look at the team.
like a top team or even to win my division. I don't think I'm gonna win my division. I think I'm gonna lose to Sopper with the Titans, but like I should make the playoffs at this rate. And I didn't plan on doing that. I was kind of just doing the Giant strategy because I've got my picks still. I was just going to ride this year out, go into the draft and make my picks and see what I can see how I felt next year. But here I am at 4-1, likely to be 5-1.
Bengals over Saints.
Oh, the best team in the league, you don't say? Also unanimous.
And then Jaguars over the Raiders.
Yep. Also unanimous. So the only games not unanimous so far are Dolphins, Seahawks, and Giants, Chargers, which is game of the week. So that makes sense. Score in this league, you're winning.
Oh, okay.
Well, tied with Boltified. You guys are both winning with 61 games called correct. I am 3 games back at 58 called correct. United is 5 games back with 56 called correct. So that actually makes Prime League is winning with 58 games called correct. Deputy is in second with 57. United is in third with 56. So there's only one game separating them all, which is pretty cool. Like they're only one game from each other. What's funny about that is, go ahead.
So what are our totals?
Well, okay, so Prime, Deputy, and United, only one game separates them all. I was gonna say what's funny about that is that Deputy's 57 is good enough to have them tied with in second place, but for United and Prime, like they're fucking damn near in last. It's funny. But our totals through 5 weeks, I am in first with 183 games called correctly, which is a 72% win rate. Bolt is 6 games back with 177 called correctly, which is a 69% win rate. And you are 2 games back from him, 8 games back from me at 175 called correctly, which is still a 69% win rate.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of change this week.
Still close. Yeah, probably not this week. I mean, it could. You chose differently in game of the week for Prime. That could easily be a 2-point swing right there. Like, you're only 8 games back out of first. Like, that's over the course of like 2 weeks, that's pretty easy to make up.
It's a half a league. All right. Yeah, half a league of games. So.
Yeah, it's a tight race. I just don't want to lose.
All right. Well, with that, do you have anything to add on?
No. Boltified has not got back to me yet, so I will get these posted once he does and gets his picks in. I guess he got busy today, or he forgot that it was Wednesday and that he needed to have them in today. I don't know. I'm sure I'll hear back from him at some point tonight, and I'll get his picks in, and then I will post them. So it might not be till tomorrow.
Okay, well that sounds good.
Other than that, no. Join the salary simulation Discord if you're interested in more of a in our one of our custom salary cap experiences that's going to be way more in depth and have fun role play.
It'll be interesting, that's for sure. I'm
I'm,
going to enjoy seeing how it folds out.
I'm excited. You're going to play in it, so don't pretend like you're not. I'm going to force you if nothing else, just because we got to get to 12 owners at least. So
Yeah, I'm probably going to play in it.
I'm going to try and lure in some of the guys that aren't in either of the other salary cap leagues. But I mean, there's still a handful of the guys that are in both of them that clearly enjoy it that, probably don't pay as close attention to the main Discord.
Yeah.
And wouldn't have seen it. Like, obviously, I haven't been pushing for people to join it yet. But I did start writing bylaws and start putting my thoughts on paper, essentially.
All right.
Just can't wait to add a third salary cap league for me to keep track of salaries in, as if the first two aren't enough.
With that, I have nothing else to add. Tired. I might actually go to bed early today. Car shopping. Yeah.
It's
all right,
only
man.
5:30.
It's 7:30 here, so
I know.
I gotta get my contacts out too. It's starting to dry up, and my tooth hurts, or where my tooth was hurts.
Your lack of tooth hurts.
When you pulled it out, I think some bone was exposed on the side. I mean, it's been every time I move my mouth, it kind of scratches, and
Yeah.
so it was one of my wisdom teeth in the back. So yeah, sucks,
Oof.
but yeah, they all got to go.
Yeah.
All are gone now. So okay, well, it's enough personal talk about my disaster of life. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Same time next week. And
Okay.
also, we'll talk at some point. We always do.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, bye. TJ's gone. Now what? I'm just going to end. I don't know why I acted like we were going to do something else now that he's gone. Till next week, degenerates.